Wow, it's been a while. 13, 21, and 30. Those numbers reflect the years that my heart dropped out of my ass. A shift in consciousness. 13 was my first year as a teen, and I no longer felt the need to play with my toys. In an instant, it just hit me overnight that I was talking to myself with toys in my hand. That was my first awakening. And then 21, I was a legal adult. It felt like Kendrick Lamar's track swimming pools. I almost feel ashamed of the things that I did looking back. I felt like I took advantage of myself. But at that age, I could do whatever I want, buy whatever I want, eat whatever I want, drink whenever I want. The freedom to go through a drive-thru because you don't have your mom or dad telling you, there's food at home. Or ordering a margarita at Chili's because, oh yeah, you're 21 and you just got off of work and it's happy hour and this is what adults do to de-stress. Then I hit 30 years old. So we need paper plates because I'm tired of doing the dishes. Coffee, heavenly chock full of nuts. That's my favorite.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. Huevitos.
Sweet potato fries with our turkey burger.
I think sweet potato fries sound good. I'm also gonna do a salad.
Nah. What's our budget like for this week?
So let's keep it under 100. I think we can make that happen.
100.
What doesn't kill you makes you well. Purple, yellow, lilac haze. Home again, lost in space. We will do what Simon says. We will do what Simon says.
I woke up one morning and reflected on my childhood and teen years. Matter of fact, I do this quite often. It honestly feels like that part of my life is separate from me. I can't quite put into words what I feel. It just feels like another life. Now I have a place to call mine. Well, I'm leasing, so it's not mine exactly.
Did we pay the electricity bill?
Huh?
Did we pay the electricity bill?
Oh shit.
77 beats per minute. Is that normal? The friends that I used to associate with every day is now once in a blue. It's bittersweet because I miss them, but I also realize we're all adults, some with kids, some with big responsibilities, some that are married with their own little families. The change is weird. You go from knowing their favorite foods to completing their sentences to knowing each other's deepest, darkest secrets. And next you know, their favorite food is no longer their favorite food because now they have acid reflux. Their secrets are now chunks of their life that you have missed out on, and when they finally tell you, it feels like chapters of a book that you haven't even read yet. I also think about how I am my mom's age when me and my sister were young, and I always thought to myself, my mom has it really figured out. And of course, being that age, I had no idea what it meant to be an actual adult. And honestly speaking, now that I am an adult, does anybody know what it means to be an adult? Maybe everyone feels different, but what I feel is that adults like myself are just big kids with bills and responsibilities. And yet there's still that core, that very being of who they are that stays with them for the rest of their lives, including me. All of our responsibilities are very time consuming, but we have to do that in order to maintain our independence, in order to keep the lights on, in order to continue paying for rent, food on the table. Having a bunch of responsibilities to maintain my livelihood sometimes intimidates me. It's not that I don't want to work or that I'm lazy, but when I think to myself, hypothetically, if I don't work every day until I reach 65 years old, I'll be a failure. Why? Because there won't be money in my bank account. How will I survive? I don't know.
So yeah, girl, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what bonds to invest in. What's better, 401, IRA, Roth IRA? Help, Lola, help!
I also get these weird thoughts before I go to bed. Thoughts like, in 30 years, I will be 60 years old. It doesn't sound that far away. So I get into this weird sadness that time is just flying by, and it's always right before bed. And so I basically have to meditate those thoughts away so I can have a decent sleep. Being 30 feels like I'm in the middle of a swimming pool that's 9 feet deep, and I'm treading the water, and it's getting exhausting, and I'm just waiting for a life jacket to come my way so that I could stay above the water, but it never comes, so I'm just there, and I try not to panic, and it's like, okay, how do we stay above the water here? So I have to learn how to be still. I also get thoughts where I ask myself, am I doing what I love? Do people really get to a point where they do what they love for the rest of their lives? Or do people get tired like me and are ready to move to the next big thing? I still find myself trying to piece the puzzle together. What is the meaning of life? What I have come to realize is that life is moldable and you can do whatever you want. Of course, there are good and bad consequences, the law of cause and effect. But you ever just think about that? If you wanted to quit your job and start your own business, you can do that. If you wanted to take a road trip somewhere for a mental reset, you can do that. If you see a person on the bench sitting alone, you can go to the bench, sit down, and have a conversation with that person. Yeah, they might think you're a little weird, but who cares? You can do things. If you want to become an author, an actor, an artist, an astronomer, a monk, you can do that. Yet most people just comply to their 9-to-5 jobs out of comfort or fear. I get this thought that if I truly were to start over and let go of everything that I have, including my career, I would probably fail. It's that negative voice inside of me that's like, don't do it. But then I have another voice inside of me that's just like, just jump and see what happens. It's like, what are you waiting for? Another decade to change your life? Speaking of decade, as a child, it felt like I was on a bus driving across the country. Now that I'm an adult, I feel like I'm on the world's fastest jet, getting to my destination very fast. And now I can understand when adults tell me, time flies. It was just yesterday when you were this small. What happened? You grew so fast. Now look at you. And I'd look at them confused. Time moves in a normal speed. What are they talking about? I get it now. And how about the purpose of life? I got to a point where I hit a low and I didn't know, what is the purpose? Why are we all here? What is the point of doing this and this and this? I've had so many different perspectives, and I guess that comes with age. I grew up religious and I always had this fear of hell. What if I'm doing it all wrong and God punishes me for the rest of my life? So I've come to a place where I no longer believe that to be true, and that the purpose of life is to live authentically as yourself, to help people and be kind, to not judge. I guess technically that's what Jesus taught, and many other spiritual beings that have walked this planet trying to set an example. The purpose of life is to live, to enjoy, to help people in need, to be of service. I believe it's to hold hands, not in a physical sense, but more so spiritual, even though both are nice. We're all one, and we are all here right now. So let's make the best of what we have while we have it. And if you're feeling low, if you're feeling hungry, if you're struggling, let me help you and hold your hand through it all. After all, we're all just walking each other home.
I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should get a Roth IRA or a 401k. I don't know what to do. Like, what's the point of getting a financial advisor if they're going to take the majority of your money out when you retire? That kind of goes against retirement, doesn't it, Lola? Doesn't it? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't, Lola. What would you do? What would you do if you were me? Help. Help.